Hello everyone, I am Sajad and you are watching my YouTube channel Pharma Inform. In Pharma Inform today we will discuss direct compression, which is a very important method used for manufacturing of tablets in pharmaceutical industries. Previously we have discussed wet granulation and dry granulation. The link is given in description. You can watch those videos from the description link. So today our topic is drag compression. Drag compression is a very simple step and this is used for the manufacturing of tablets. Let's start from definition. What is direct compression? For easy understanding, direct compression is a process in which we mix our all the excipients and APIs in a blender, and then after mixing, this blend is ready for compression. As you can see from the definition, this step is very simple. Now a common question is that why we do not manufacture all our products by this simple method of drag compression, why we use dry granulation, why we use wet granulation? Because wet granulation and dry granulation are very lengthy steps. So why we do not use direct compression method? In this video we will discuss all these topics. So let's start. Drag compression method, as it looks very simple, but it is not feasible for all the products. Why? The reason is that the scope of drag compression or the limitations of drag compressions are as basically drag compression method can be used for those products or for those APIs which have high compressibility or high compaction properties. Number one. Number two, it is used for those APIs which are in crystalline form like aspirin. Or number three, it is used for those products which have good flow properties. Number four, drag compression method can also be used for those products which do not have above mentioned properties by using specialized excipients. Which type of specialized excipients are used? Basically, granular type excipients are used. These granular type of excipients enhance flow as well compaction properties. For specialized granular excipients, we have spray dried lactose, or we can use microcrystalline cellulose or Avicil grade 102 or 200, which are in granular form and have better compaction properties. Number 5, drag compression method is main limitation is that we can use it for potent products or for low dose products. Mean it can easily be used for the strength of 50 milligram instead of 500 milligram, because if we want to compress our product whose strength is 50 milligram and our final compression weight is 125 milligram, we can easily compress 50 milligram on the weight of 125 milligram by using granular type excipients. But if we want to compress a higher dose like 500 milligram and our API is not in a good flow properties form or have not much compressibility, so we will have to use a large quantity of excipients. Maybe it's 500 milligram or 600 milligram. Suppose if our product is compressed using 600 milligram of granular type excipients, the final weight will be 1100 milligram, but our required results or our required value was 750 milligram. So we cannot compress this API which has flow defects and compressibility defects at 750 milligram using direct compression method. Instead, we can compress it on 1100 milligram using specialized excipients. It will increase the cost of our process because when we use specialized or granular type of excipients like spray dried lactose, Avicil, these are costly excipients. And from patient compliance point of view, the weight of our tablet will become very large and it may become difficult to take it easily. So this method is commonly and easily used for the potent products or the low dose products. So from this discussion you can now easily understand that direct compression method is not used for all products because those our most of the active pharmaceutical ingredients and excipients used have not a good flow properties, not good compaction properties. So we convert those APIs and excipients into granules using wet granulation method or dry granulation method. That's why wet granulation method and dry granulation method are more commonly used as compared to the direct compression method. But for those products which meet our criteria can easily be compressed by the direct compression method, and it can save our time and money as well. So now we will discuss the steps of direct compression. Basically it is a very simple process consisting of only three steps. First is weighing, second is sieving, and third is mixing. All these steps are same as we discussed in wet granulation and dry granulation. You can watch detail from our previous videos. For a brief overview, in weighing we weigh our all the ingredients and APIs on the weighing balance to verify the quantities of our excipients and APIs according to the manufacturing order. In sieving, we sieve all our excipients and APIs. In mixing, we mix our excipients and API according to the batch manufacturing record. And after the step of mixing, our blend is ready for the compression. So it is a very simple process of direct compression. Now we will discuss the advantages or merits of direct compression. As you can see, less time is required, less labor is required, less equipments are required, only a blender and sieving equipment is required and a compression machine is required. Cleaning time or setup time for this process is short as compared to wet granulation. In wet granulation we have a large number of equipments like RMG, fluidized bed dryer, oscillating granulator, double cone blender, etc. Demerits of wet direct compression are: it is not suitable for all products. As we discussed, it is suitable for those products or APIs which have following properties. So in case of high dose or high strength product, we are not able to compress those products on lower weight. We observe or we have to experience flow problems during the decompression method when we try to use this method for those products which have flow issues. And if we want to compress or remove the problem of flow, we have to use specialized excipients, and when we use specialized excipients, the cost of our operation is increased. So it is a direct compression method. Hope it is clear to you. For a brief overview, direct compression method is used for those products which have high compressibility properties, mean for those APIs and excipients which can easily be compressed, which have good flow properties, or those which are in form of crystalline structure like aspirin. We can improve floor compaction by using specialized excipients, and the drug compression method is used for the potent products or the low dose products. If you like the video, subscribe our channel and share the video to others. Till the next video, Allah Hafiz.